Hey, Sam.
Hello.
Yeah.
Migrant
Was,
Hotel. I don't know.
what?
Well, I'm not English, or I'm not from
I'm not,
wherever you're from,
well,
so I
guess
wouldn't get
what?
it.
I'm not English either, so there we go.
Sam,
We
I'm
get
not
something.
talking to you, you bitch.
Oh,
Fuck
is
you.
that a
Fuck
person?
you. Fuck you.
I
There's a
know,
lot
because
of
I
migrant
do
hotel
enjoy.
protests.
I do. Oh yeah, no, yeah. It's like, yeah, that whole shit going on. Yeah.
Yeah, I do the protests. I report on them. Do you know what I mean? I do the city life in Manchester and
Oh,
put
are you
videos
like
up.
oh yeah, you're like a normal tip, but like it's just like a sort of independent journalist. You sort of just go around the
Yeah,
protests
yeah,
and
yeah.
film them. I get you.
I
Are
don't
you
think I'm independent,
really
but
your
I'm
butt?
definitely not. I'm definitely aside. If you know what I mean, on the side of Britain.
You sort of just you just sort of go about with a camera. You just film what's going on. If you know what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, of course. But I'm only allowed on one side. The fascist people, which are the stop the fascism. They're
Ah.
the ones that don't want to have a conversation because they are fascists. They're just chanting in a rhythm. Do you know what I mean? Don't want to have a conversation because they know their arguments will fall over. Like they chant,
Mhm.
protect migrant women, protect migrant children. And I just say, well, why don't you just say protect all children, protect all women in Britain?
I
Because
feel
that's what
like
I would say. In the same
you could say
understanding,
for the
if there's
same for
women
the
and
others.
children, I will be, very cordial and nice to them. There's no need to say that kind of stuff in Britain because that's absolute bullshit anyway.
You could say the same for the other side as well. You know what I mean? I
We're
mean,
outside
a
of a
lot.
fucking hotel that's not got
Yeah,
any women or children in it, so what the fuck are they even talking about?
but how they know the contents of the hotel? They tend to dormitories. They don't know the contents was not hotel. If you get me.
No, they're just dumb and they've got a box and they think everyone should be able to fit in it. And it's through like this world law where human rights come in. Well, there is no fucking world law because I can't go into their country. Here as Britain, right? If I lose my passport in another foreign country, you can't even get fucking back into Britain. Yeah, I can get on a dinghy in France and throw my fucking passport 20 miles away from the shores of Britain
Shouldn't you
and get a
blame the
fucking
tour?
free hotel, right? That's a joke.
It's
Like,
not a
that's the
hotel.
actual
It's a
joke.
dormitory. If you
Yes, it is
actually
a hotel. The
The thing
hotels
is,
that
it
they're being
was a
put into.
five-star hotel, but it's been since then converted into dormitory rooms. You don't understand that? It's not like they're not getting the fucking whole like spa and fucking pool one.
Yeah, they are.
It
Have
was.
you not seen inside the hotels when we pushed in to see them? You see what's inside
I
them.
have seen. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
being
so there's literally
fed,
five-star
which is
buffets.
no. Yeah, they're
Four
being
meals a
fed.
day to get fed.
So what you're
Four
saying is they
meals a
should be.
day. I only eat
So what you
one meal a
no.
fucking day.
Yeah,
In actual fact, they
okay,
shouldn't
but
even be
like,
in Britain.
but food is a basic human right. And actually, if you want to blame the
Yeah, but there's
migrant
no human
crisis,
rights in
shouldn't you?
Britain if you
Yeah,
come across my country. It's like literally you step in my house, right? If you come to my property, step
that's not
in
your
my
house,
house
though,
without my
is
permission, what am I going to do? No, it is. It's the same context, right? Britain
Would
is
you
a
let
state.
a white, let's say a random white British person let them into your
No,
house? No, of course you wouldn't.
no.
No,
Well, any
I'm not expecting you
fucker in.
to either. But okay, so why are
So
you
why does
against?
Britain allow people to just come into this country that
Yeah,
are
but
unvetted?
okay, whatever, unvetted what you believe, but it's like you use the argument, would I let this person into my house? Would you let, let's say there's a white British homeless person, should you just let them into your house? No, of course you wouldn't.
No,
So of course that argument's quite void.
no,
But
it's
like I'm
not. It doesn't make
saying,
any sense. The argument that you're making, like I just said, if I'm outside of Britain, I can't get in Britain without a passport. Nobody can. So I have to go to the embassy and sort it out. What are you
shouldn't you
talking
be
about? I don't understand your argument.
blaming?
Tell me it again.
Yeah. Okay. Shouldn't we blame the Tory government? The after Brexit, they actually
Yeah, of
got rid of
course.
the Calais processing centres, hence why they're coming over the channel now, because the
No,
migrant
no, no,
processing
no, no,
centre
no,
in
no, no, no,
France
no,
in
no,
Calais
no,
was
no, no,
fucking
no.
cancelled
Misses the
by the
point. You
Tory
missed the point.
government.
The point is that we should have left ECHR, which is part of the human rights, the courts, and projects, which would mean that Britain would then be out of Europe, which we still aren't because we're still in with all the bullshit I just said.
ECHR is not part of the
Yeah,
EU,
human
by the way. It's a
rights.
separate
Yeah, so we're
bureaucratic
we're
body.
prescribed to it through it. That's why it's called European.
Well,
But
European
it's not
doesn't
the
mean
world's
European
version because
Union.
the one that comes from the world perspective is from
Oh,
the
yo,
UN, mate.
Warren Jones. Wait,
Chill
bro.
out. I'm just having a conversation with this guy. Fucking Spotify. What the fuck?
I don't
Carry on.
believe in
Mute this
leaving
kid.
the ECHR. I've made them as well.
I
don't
do, because
believe.
there's no fucking thing as human rights. Because
But
I tell you how
do you
it
believe?
works.
Let's say now a country decides now to breach its human rights law. Let's say now we leave the ECHR in the
It's only us that are in it.
in a
Where else is it
government.
applied? Where else does it get applied?
The thing is,
Does
you
it
might
get applied
think
in
I'm talking about
Afghanistan?
bias here, but
Iraq?
I've used the ECHR
Does it get done in
before.
fucking Dubai? No, there's no human rights in those countries. It's not equal.
Okay,
so why
so
we prescribe
okay,
to something that's equal?
So
that makes them
yeah.
equal to
You're
us.
making a point. So why do
That's
you
the
want to
point,
become the same as them? Why do you want to become
because
the
that
same
puts
as
us in
them?
equal footing. They don't allow us in their country. That one's why we don't allow
Well,
them
yes, they
into
do.
ours.
Yes,
No,
they
they don't.
fucking
No, they don't.
do.
They do it through a migration process of vetting. That's what we're talking about, right?
Most
Vetting.
of the
So we
fucking
don't get. I don't
GB
get to go on
news.
a big. I don't get to go on a dinghy and go across to Dubai and go. Oh, I'm a refugee, and they couldn't take me in and give me a fucking hotel room. You're
I'm joking.
joking.
Most of the media that you read about migrant hotels is coming from British reporters in Dubai. Most of them emigrate. Most of GB News emigrate to Dubai. GB News is owned by a fucking Dubai multinational. You know what I mean?
And who cares? Who cares? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the way we prescribe the understanding of migration, which obviously we still need to a point. But do you think we need millions of people when there's only 60,000 places a year to take up, and we let millions of people in? So let me put this in perspective, a paradigm for you. One second.
Yeah.
If a business, right, has 1,000 places that it can fill for employees, and imagine we take in 2,000 people to employ, how fast do you think the business would collapse?
But this is not about immigration. This is about your point.
No, I'm saying in perspective, how long would it take for the business to collapse? It would take as long as it's got money, right? And as soon as it runs out of money, there'd be no. So obviously, we need 1,000 workers to make sure that we balance the books.
Yes.
2,000 means we'd never be able to balance the books. I'm just proving the point. Britain's never going to be able to balance the books today.
Is that leaving ECHR will somehow resolve the issue of immigration?
No, there's so much more than that. So, in my paradigm, for you to understand, let me just explain it to you then. When the new government get put into position of power, what the first thing they need to do is devolve the site of the judicial below Parliament. So the will of the people that is heard and wanted, put into play, can be done without a singular judge in the UK at that point taking out the will of the people, because then one person can strike down the will. Well, that's what I'm saying. Then we need to move judicial below so they cannot strike it down. So the will of the people will be heard, because we voted for over 20 years to stop migration. For 20 years, it's been ramping up. So in everyone's perspective, okay, 51%, which is the majority, 51% the majority have always voted to get rid of migration as it's played out today. So you're going to find the
but do you agree with Boris Johnson when Brexit happened? And by the way, I'm not a fucking pro-EU person.
But he didn't do
I'm far from it.
It's worse than that.
But do you agree with the fact after Brexit, the closing of the Calais processing centres, which we had before, migration is ramped up now because the Calais migration processing centres were shut down after Brexit. That's why we've got the migration problem. Because now they're being processed through Calais, they are now being sent directly to the channel.
It doesn't make any fucking sense what you're saying, because these people are getting on a boat to throw their identity. So they are unidentifiable. Going through the Calais port would identify them or throw them out of Britain. Okay, great, to a point. But even at that point, they would still just subvert that system, get on a dinghy, and come across. It wouldn't make any difference.
How easy do you think it is to get from a dinghy from France to England? If you try to get a dinghy yourself. Like, let's be honest with you, say it's like so easy to get on a dinghy as a piece of piss.
I didn't say it was easy. I didn't say it was easy. I just said it's going to pay into the pocket some, illegal
at least before Boris Johnson, at least then there was Calais fucking immigrant processing centres, which you don't have now.
It was even worse. It started before that, bro. If Nigel Farage was the one to get it across the line, Why didn't Nigel Farage do the deal?
Are you
Nigel
another
Farage is a
supporter or
puppet.
not? I'm actually asking. Like, yeah, he's a puppet. You
Sorry.
believe that?
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
he's a puppet. Yeah, he's part of the
Yeah,
same
I agree.
standing. The Tories,
I agree with you on that. I agree with you on
Labour,
that. I agree with you on that.
Nigel
Yeah,
Farage,
yeah,
part of the
yeah.
reform is part of the party system.
Reform is the new Tories, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's the
Yeah,
new
that's what they wanted to do. They
Tories.
just wanted to switch the hand. It's like switching hands, like going, all right,
Yeah.
I'll just
Hence why the
cash the other
Tories are
side. You know
like
what I mean?
emigrating to like Reform Party and that.
Yeah, but I went to them, bro, and I had to leave them because I tested where they were, the voice of the people, and I went to the people as a counsellor, got information, passed it on, and when I passed it on, they said to me that it had to be in private and they needed an email. And this is in a fucking group channel with 35 members, 35 paid members. They didn't want me to talk to the members about what had been said by the people of my area, which was just an absolute joke. So they're literally saying, yeah, we're not the voice of the people. We're not willing for it to be heard. We're not willing to have it on a public forum. We don't want it out in the open. Don't speak about it. Email the heads of staff. And for me, that was the day I left. I was like, I'm done. You can rip up my membership. I'm not part of you guys. I want mass deportation. I know how to fix Britain. I know how to make things very cheap for us.
I've got personal issues with reform, and I don't like reform as a whole. But where I live in Wales, I've got personal issues with reform in Wales now.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because they want to take part. Nigel Farage wants to run, and because we got the 2026 elections coming, the Welsh elections for the devolved party. And now Nigel Farage is running, and he's quite popular now.
Well, the problem is, mate, what's his fucking, what does he stand for? Because he's got no manifesto.
Yeah, exactly. No manifesto.
That was the biggest.
No, I tell
that's
you,
what the biggest
for,
problem I said to him. I don't know what you stand for because you've not written down the manifesto. You're
they read their manifesto down the pub, probably.
Mate, fuck them. I'm not part of them. I want to be part of Advanced
Let's be
UK.
honest. They wrote their manifesto down in the pub, probably. They probably had a few drinks. They thought, right,
Mate,
let's make 10 lines of like what a party is. There we go. Blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like just.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I've already read Advanced UK's manifesto, and I'm on board. And that's Ben Habib, the guy who built reform from the ground up to 22%. Right? Nigel took control of it at 22%. I was a part of reform for Ben Habib, not Nigel Farage. Nigel Farage came in and took over the party. Didn't do because we wanted elections within the party. You know what I mean? Let's do a vote. Who do we want as our leader? They don't want to do that. They just want to push Nigel as the main candidate. And I'm not for that. So again, that's why they kicked out Ben Habib. That's why they kicked out Rupert Lowe. And for me, that they were the best people in Britain. But Rupert Lowe standing up for the farmers.
I can't back Rupert Lowe for my own reasons because he wants he wants to abolish my country's government and make it into England again. And I can't.
I'd probably say that's a good idea knowing the history, and same with Scotland as well. But you need a better deal.
But the thing is, it's like no. I don't. This is what I don't get. Okay. So when the Senedd, my parliament, was formed, since 1999 up to 2025, it's been Labour, which Labour is a Westminster party. But the thing is, instead of blaming Labour, they blame the whole Senedd idea of having devolved parliament. It's been under Labour the whole time. It's never been under a different party ever since.
I'll tell you why, because what will happen is you need to unite Britain and Labour in a devolved understanding, and in Scotland, under Wales and Scotland, will be a problem for England trying to make this work, and we need to fucking start our Ireland as well. We need to help out. So,
do you think we should go separate ways, though? Do you think maybe?
No, you can't split from us. I think I would, to be honest, because I'm Scottish as well, mate, right? So I think the same thing. I live in England. England is the one. We've got the right perspective. We know what is right. And if you want to become, we are an island nation. So it's either, I'd remove the devolved government and fucking remove their fucking power because showing what they're doing.
But then England has all the power. Westminster has the power.
Yeah, look at what you've tried. I want to say. You got answer to Scotland, and what you've done with it is shown, but it's not worth having. You're your own problem.
I'm talking about Wales right now, my country.
Yeah, Scotland and England, Scotland and Wales. You know what I mean? And both.
Okay, but the thing is, you have to understand that, under these peers, they'd be under Scottish and Welsh Labour, which is an arm of Westminster.
Yeah, but you voted for it.
I know.
Yeah, so fuck
I'm
him.
not
Do you know what I
expecting
mean?
that.
Like
So,
you
but
fucking
why
beat.
should we
So
now scrap
yeah.
the
So you
government?
fucking exactly. So you
But
had your
also the
chance. You
UK,
had
the
your chance.
UK voted for Labour many times, and the Conservatives. We scrapped the UK government. Then you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah, no, that's what we're going to do as well, bro, on the 13th of September. If it
but that's what I
goes the
mean. It's
worst
like I don't
way,
understand why the blame's being put on the Welsh and Scottish Parliaments when the English Parliament or the UK Parliament, sorry, has done the
I'll
same
explain it. I
thing.
can explain it. I'll explain it. Because you wanted devolved power, we gave it to you. And what you did with it shows that you just want to be part of the same
Voted.
understanding that, no
No,
way,
it doesn't.
that,
No.
yes, that takes from the people and doesn't give back. So again, I'm going to hold accountability. I want to remove that devolvedness and I want to give back
So
to the
what? So you
people.
want a
I want
one
to give back
Britain
to the people.
state? You want
Yeah, of
Westminster
course.
to be
Yeah.
controlled? Why?
Yeah,
So
because
what? So the people
I'll
of these
explain why. Because the
constituent
Nick's
countries
understanding.
have
No, I'll
no
explain why.
say
I'll
in
explain
their
why. I'll
own
explain why.
fucking
I'll explain why. I'll
politics.
explain why.
Yeah.
Are you going to be part of the uprising on the 13th when we come and destroy the government in London? Are you coming? Because if you're not, that's why, bro. If we win,
What's
you're
the
going to have to
uprising on the
fight us.
13th? I've never fucking heard of it, to be honest.
Yeah,
'cause
so
I don't.
13th of September is the Tommy Robinson rally in central London where more
Tommy
than a
Robson,
million patriots
The
are going to be on the streets.
one, the Zionist guy who's like literally funded by the Jews. That one, yeah, another one, yeah.
I don't
I
think
mean,
he's Zionist, but I mean,
he
I'm
is
an
funded by.
anti-Zionist,
Is
but
that why?
you know,
Is that
as
why
you
he
say,
hadn't?
it's his, I think.
You see, Tommy Robinson is Britain first, but
Yo,
Israel
Lauren, how you doing?
firstist. Israel firstist. That's what he is.
Yeah, John, just so you know, I'm recording all this conversation just so I can post it on YouTube.
I'm not dying for fucking Israel. I'll never
Are
serve
you a
Israel.
tranny?
No, shit, I mean, yeah. You not hear what I just said?
Tommy Robinson is a fucking Tommy Robinson is an Irish guy who's a fucking stooge for Israel. Look at his
He's not at all. He's
IDF.
not at all.
Yes, he is. He's been funded by Israeli businessmen.
No, if he is, that's fine. What he's saying is absolutely
What's
true.
that
I don't
fine?
care how he
How's
gets
that
his funding.
fine? Why do you want a patriotic? You want a patriotic British system. Why do you want it to be run by Israel? You want independence, but yet you're willing to stooge for Israeli.
No. What are you talking about, you crackhead? There's no inference of
Don't
Jews
call me a
into any of the
crackhead, mate.
movement.
I haven't insulted Jews. Don't call me a crackhead.
Well, no, you just sound like when that was all. Just calm down.
No, because he's literally being funded by Israeli businessmen. It's not even a fucking irrefutable
I didn't
fact.
say
He
that.
actually
Right?
has
Okay.
been.
Wait a second. I'll take accountability of that. Like I just said. It's fine for him to receive money when a guy speaks the freaking truth. You get money wherever he fucking likes. I don't care if Israel want to give him money. Great thing. Or wants to give him money.
The
If I want to
truth
give him money,
being
wait a
race
second because
baiting.
I've not finished. He's not race baiting because everything he said is fucking true. You do realize it's the MLD, the Muslim Brotherhood, the Muslim Defense League in Britain. The Muslim Defense League, not the EDL. There's no EDL.
That's
The
been
EDL
debunked.
is like
That's
abolished.
not actually.
No, this is real. This is real. This is reality. There is no EDL. It got abolished like 12, 15 years ago, right? The Muslim Defense League in Britain is the ones that are calling for 1 million Muslims to march on the 13th of September in
against
London
their own
us.
fucking discrimination. But the thing is, you guys never mention the Jews, though.
There's no discrimination. What the fuck are you talking about?
Islam's
a warring religion of destroying us.
The EDL was originally called the English and Jewish Defense League. You do that, don't you?
No, it wasn't. It was nothing to do with fucking Jews, you idiot. It was all to do with Muslims. They've started the Muslim Defense League in Britain, and they're the ones that want to fight. We don't want to fight nobody. The problem is, if anyone's going to attack us, hopefully the police will defend us. In any of the honour, there'll be 1 million people on the streets of Britain. So if we need to, we might need to do something, right? And if we do, then we will be making it happen, bro. You know what I mean? Just because you're scared of it.
All right.
I'm not an Islamophobe, you know?
I just don't get, like, I just don't get this whole thing about...
for YouTube. If everyone wants to leave, you can
leave. Of course. You can publish me all you want, I don't care, like, But I'm just saying, like, I just don't understand how a lot of British patriots, some differentiate, but I've seen, throughout the English patriot scene I've seen, which I've noticed, is that it tends to be they'll fly Israel flags all these events. Is it Britain
because
first?
we're standing with them? no, it's definitely England first. But the thing is,
Israel,
Britain
but
gave.
Israel
Wait. No,
firstest.
wait.
Israel firstest.
No. I'll explain it. I'm not even a Zionist. Right, I'll explain it. Right? So when we had a fight, I think it was the First World War with the Ottoman Empire, we took the region, Judea and Samaria. So we were then the owners of the whole peninsula. And obviously, within the Second World War, there was a time, obviously, where we had to move the Jews across, and we gave them the state. Now, they halved it and wanted to give the territory back to somebody that would claim the territory, like Jordan or Egypt or anybody. They even split the top of Israel as well to the West Bank and gave it to the Muslims. Do you know what I mean? So you've got the top, you've got the West Bank,
Muslims. Palestine
Palestine.
was a multi-religious society. It was Christians.
No, they
Jews,
separate
and
themselves. Do you know what I mean? Because we can all
They
work
didn't
in
separate
harmony.
themselves.
But
They got invaded in 1947.
they didn't
By
get
Israeli
invaded.
settlers.
Israel did. No,
Jewish
they didn't,
settlers.
because
No,
the word.
Jewish
No,
settlers coming
you're lying.
into
You're
from
lying.
Ashkenazi Jews
You're
from
lying,
Europe.
bro.
Literally, you've seen the
It was
ships
our
coming in. The
territory. It's our
Nakba.
territory.
Your
Our
territory for
It's our territory. It's British land at that point. We took it off the Ottoman Empire. What are you talking about? There's no invasion. Are you stupid? They went to their homeland, which we gave them back, right? Which I think was a bad idea. We should have just kept it as a British territory and just kicked all the Muslims out, kept the peace within the understanding, allowed Jews and everyone to flourish, and just kept it as a Jewish principle, which is British principles anyway. Do you know what I mean? Democracy, hold a region in contextual understanding so we can have freedom, allow Muslims, Jews, Christians, and unbelievers to work together. But I would try and make it a Christian state. At the time, it would never have worked because the British were not Christian. So the whole region would never have been Christianized, which it should have been because there's not really any territory. And we would have kept it much more for everybody than anybody else. Do you know what I mean? Because the problem is, if you look at Islam in the West Bank and stuff, not a single person of non-Islamic faith can go to their temples, but there are temples that they've taken over or destroyed or built over or whatever. We want to see what's happened. We're not allowed to go in. There's only Islam that's allowed to be in there. Muslims, So you've got to hold a contextual understanding, brother. Do you know what I mean? It's not fair.
your contextual understanding is like it should just be a British colony. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm not saying no, but it was ours. We fought for it from the Ottoman Empire after they took it
Yeah,
off somebody
and
before
then
them.
you just then you literally gift wrapped it to the fucking Jews. Okay.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not a Zionist. We should never have done that, but we have
Yeah,
now.
well,
We're here
shit.
now, so we
But
have
why
to
are
deal
you
with it. We
arguing
still
with me
have a strong
then in
democracy.
saying that Israel is a
Shut up,
legitimate
Sam.
state?
Who cares, bro? Israel's the
Well, it
fucking
is
greatest
because it's
country in this
already
country.
been
I will die
created.
for
It's
fucking
given
Israel. I
Created
much
by
more
UN
attention to
resolution.
it.
So do
I
you
will die for Israel.
believe in fucking?
Well, no, the problem you're going to find is that Israel has been formed within a democratic understanding with Jews,
Democratic
Muslims, and Christians and unbelievers. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, it
that's
has.
fucking
You asked Jews
mental.
about the election system, and they know they've got a democracy. Do you know what I mean? They voted in Netanyahu. It's what they did.
Yeah, but Jews are satanic people. Jews are satanic people, so I don't care.
Well, I know, yeah, but I am recording this for YouTube, so that was just an absolute bait. Thank you very much, brothers. That's what we do on YouTube. That's what we do on Discord, brothers.